Woo! I saw those nails. Hi, everybody. Look at, okay. Let's try this again. No. I want you to show your nails to the world.
No, please don't.
Hi, everybody. I'm Celeste with Celestial Medicine, and this is my first podcast, or kind of second, because the first one, it didn't really work out. So we're going forward again. Mercury was in Gatorade at the time, so you know how that is. And I have with me a very special guest, very special friend, client, sister from another mister. This is Aysha. Aysha, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. I'm Aysha. Celeste has been my teacher and a spiritual director for many years. I've been very fortunate to be able to work with her and learn Reiki from her and go on amazing retreats with her. So we're very happy to be part of this session.
We're so close that I'm just going to continue to mispronounce her name, and it's going to be fine. Because I always call you Aysha, and you're like, we're so happy to be doing this. So this is going to be kind of an experiment, because we are both healers. We do sessions on Zoom. Before the pandemic, we were doing distant healing sessions, right? That's kind of just been my thing, because a lot of my clients have been far away. So it's nothing new to me to be sending energy from a distance. And if you're at all familiar with Reiki and energy work, then you understand that it goes beyond time and space, and there's no reason you cannot receive the energy if you are receptive or karmically entitled. And if you have been attuned to Reiki, if you're a Reiki master, you're going to have an easy time, kind of following along with the concepts and receiving. And if not, perhaps you will still, I'm not going to say that because you haven't been attuned to Reiki, you will not receive the energy. It's not like I don't have the right to say what you can and cannot receive. It's just a kind of, what would be the right word? Like it is the law or the stipulation that people have a kind of, that their field get attuned to certain vibrations and detox things that are not energetically aligned with the healing symbol or modality. And from that point forward, they can receive that level of healing. And if they try to do it beforehand, it will either just not work, or they could have a very possibly unpleasant reaction, because it could be such a strong detox, for example. But at the same time, I have known that people that have claimed to be incredibly sensitive to subtle energies. And I like to say, if you don't have it, you don't need it. So if you're really interested in what we're talking about, and you really want to follow along, and you feel inclined to close your eyes and just meditate and allow any of the energies to connect to you, or just ask for some divine guidance or grace to be bestowed upon you, you will receive everything that you need. That's what I like to say. And if we just, spike your interest, then that's cool too. You can learn more about Reiki or whatever we end up doing here, because it's a lot more than Reiki, right? We do angel healing, pranic healing, all kinds of energy systems that are called Reiki systems, because it's about sending energy and receiving energy, and we use our hands, but it's not Yusui necessarily, or Holy Fire necessarily, or Karuna necessarily, but we have kind of run the gamut of energy healings in our training. So we did a session, we did a little podcast a week ago, and we ended up not being able to use it because of how funky it ended up looking, and I couldn't edit it. But we didn't attempt, we healed all your asses. We healed humanity we wiped humanity's butt. um, it was a stinky bottom. It really was. So we are aware of I would say, kind of nasty, like vortex of energy that is encompassing the earth. You can think of it as like a field of energy that can easily distract the collective or consume the collective. It's almost, and I had some visions of this, and I was describing it to Aysha as like almost like a twisty, almost alien cyclone that if your vibration isn't high enough, or if you're even having a bad day for kind of a small reason, you can really get sucked into this collective gnawing anxiety, insecurity, fear, blame, victim energy that doesn't, it doesn't really, you won't feel alone in that. I think that's why it's so powerful, is that you can communicate about this, and you'll most likely get responses that are enforcing your view and your opinion, and you'll get a lot of join the club. And so like there's collective grief, like when women menstruate and they are feeling cramps and sadness, that's also a collective energy. And this is a collective energy that I believe is largely due to the mass fuckery. Can I swear? I can. The
Sure,
fuckery.
channel.
It's my channel. And just having so much of our, what we felt was normal be undermined. And we have all kinds of reasons, whether it's financial, whether you wanted to start dating and you couldn't because you were on lockdown, and whether you are immunocompromised and are just afraid, whether you are anti-vax, whether you're pro-vax and anti-vax, like whatever your positioning is, no matter what your safe place is mentally, you're being disturbed. You're needing to kind of keep your guard up, but we don't want to be guarded. We want to be able to live and expect the best from life, and let ourselves be in a state of grace and allowing, and know that we're going to end up in the right spot. That was really wordy, and I'm sorry, but I really wanted to catch you up, because her and I are going to kind of continue where we left off in some ways. Aysha, do you have anything to add about our plans for them?
No, I'm just happy to dive in right now. I'm excited.
Okay. She's excited. Okay. And we will start. I'm going to cleanse the energy of my space, and I have this little guy, and I'm going to ask you, if you are listening and you want to follow along with what we're doing, to just close your eyes and relax. And I am calling in all of our helping, healing ones of the light, to arrive and assist us this day, beautiful day here, as we invoke all of the love and all of the light and all of the infinite blessings of the universe to guide us, clear us, cleanse us, enhance our receptivity to the light of who we really are, to the energy of the great central sun, to the healing, the integration of our light bodies, of our divine blueprint, of our higher soul. Because we are going to be working with the energies of holy fire Reiki. I probably should have said that in the beginning, but that's what we're doing, y'all. We're going to do some holy fire Reiki. I like to call in the beings that I know are the benefactors. Jesus, Ascended Master Jesus, and Kuan Yin always comes in. I personally work with Ganesha a lot, especially right now because of the energy of blockage and obstacles. So we're going to call in Ganesha. As we'll call in Lakshmi too. Now, anyone listening, if you have a certain issue in your life that feels, heavy, or you feel stuck, or you feel fearful or in need, allow these energies to dissipate. Allow the fear and the anxieties to melt away. But you don't have to consciously track anything in order for this to work. So Aysha and I will begin to draw the symbol for holy fire and any other Reiki symbols, Aysha, that you want to use. I like to use holy fire in combination with the master symbol so that my higher self will take over. Maybe a few less bad jokes for y'all. Maybe I won't say the F word once. And I'm asking for a beam of light to surround everyone listening, even if you're in your car. We want to keep everyone safe. So understand that this energy will assist you to the degree that it is in your highest good. We don't want any disoriented drivers. If you're chopping vegetables, you know what I mean? Like, stay focused on your task at hand. This healing is a free and glad gift from Spirit. And now I begin. If there's any healing, helping beings of light that you would like to invoke, you can do so silently in your mind. If not, that's okay. So you could feel stuck financially, you could feel stuck emotionally. We have Valentine's Day coming up, so some people might just feel lonely or like they've been forgotten about. There's a lot of energy of change, and yet our day to day is incredibly duty based and responsibility based. So that can be confusing. But anywhere you are in your consciousness and anything you've been focusing on, whether it's the truckers in Ottawa or your crypto portfolio or your health or someone else's health and well-being, wanting to download the right path, wanting to tune into the right vibrations so you can feel free and at ease, connected to your soul. The holy fire will burn through any negative contracts that are obsolete, but in the most loving way. I'm feeling well, the first message that I'm getting, and Aysha, please feel free if you get any impressions. Sometimes they're personal, and sometimes you feel like this is the collective's energy or someone out there needs to hear it. If you feel like sharing, share, because chances are it can benefit someone. I feel like we're needing to see and know the truth. There's so many lies. Ooh, so many lies. So the third eye is getting a huge like cleansing. I'm just seeing like it's like that pot is being stirred for some of you. And with it, the solar plexus, all the fears are getting brought to the surface because a lot of times we think that if we see the truth, if we have our third eye open, if we see, if we know, we intuitively will keep those energy centers, the third eye closed because we're afraid once the truth is known that it's like going to be just too disturbing. But if it's truly the truth, it's freeing, feels light, it's expansive. So we're clearing the fear of the truth, the fear of seeing through illusion. Imagine the illusion is like a car accident on the road. You're driving down the freeway and you see something and you're like, oh, like if you keep looking, if you keep rubbernecking, you're going to crash. So you have to keep looking forward and know that that's you're driving down this road that is taking you to a destination of clarity. But if you stop to look at the lie and or ask why would this politician or this person or this, you know, boss, why would they do me like that? If you hang out there, I mean, you can, but your chariot awaits. And it's like, okay, we better keep our eyes on the road here. Deep breaths, deep breaths. Holy fire, holy fire, holy fire. You might feel if this is your first time receiving Reiki or, you know, you've had it infinite number of times, you will feel tingling in certain areas of your body that are maybe confusing. And just don't question it. Don't get too caught up in it. Just simply listen. For a lot of people right now, life just feels really hard. Even if they do, 3 to 4 things a day and they do them with ease. If they work, go to the store, run and pick up their kid and, maybe read a little bit of a book. It's like even simple tasks can feel heavy when the whole world is in and focused on a chaos, focused on a duality. And one of the reasons that Aysha and I wanted to do this healing for humanity as the first episode of this healing podcast is because so much of what we go through is connected to what the world is going through. And there are times when you can, like in a video game, you can like kind of power up and, you know, move ahead to the next level, or I'll have some good luck streaks. And, and it's fun. It's nice to be able to use prosperity energies, healings, and our energy systems to attract what we want. But I find it doesn't last too long if you can't bring humanity with you, if you are not in right relationship to humanity, if you don't have compassion for those that have less, or those that are in fear, or those that disagree with you, then any boon you receive will ultimately feel empty, and because you're meant to be of service. With any blessings that you receive, you're meant to keep it going. So staying in that energy of goodwill, compassion for all, and that's what the holy fire is all about, is oneness. It's unconditional love for your fellow human. It is an energy that connects us to the Christ consciousness. In that energy, there is no problem. I just thought about the word problem. Sounds like probably, probable, probability. And the energy of a problem is when you're like, unsure. We have a problem. We have a blockage. We have an obstacle. We have an issue. But that's an illusion, because in perfect love and trust, perfect love and trust, perfect love and trust, perfect love and trust, there is no problem that is not being solved. As soon as the problem appears, so does the solution. Bringing in that energy of the solution, the love. I'm feeling a lot of this in the throat. How are you doing, Aysha? She's just like a statue.
I'm like crying.
Yeah.
I felt a lot in my solar plexus and navel, and I could actually get how much people have been energetically drained by what they were going through, just feeling fatigued, feeling fed up, and just all of these knots in their stomach, where just like feeling anxious, just not knowing what to do, but also knowing that there's not much that can be done. They're just
Right.
going through it already. But yeah, I think it's very important also to take care of ourselves, take care of our bodies, make sure we're feeding ourselves good food, we're taking care of the things that are connected to our bodies in a healthy way. And that's a good counter to all of the anxiety about health. just look at what you eat, how you treat your body, and how you feel about it, and feel confident about it. But yeah, just like a lot of, I felt it most in the stomach, navel area a lot, and throat, but I expected to be more in the throat. But I felt like you were taking care of like higher chakras. I was going more of like solar, navel, like spleen stuff.
I'm feeling throat right now.
To me, right now, I'm feeling more of root and areas around the spine.
And I think this is cool having two healers to work for the collective, because what I'm imagining happens is that, I mean, you and I are going through our own stuff and we need healing, and we're always like asking for it. So whatever it is that, however we need to bring energy through our own bodies, right? Like however we need, or our best going to channel healing for others. Like whenever I tell people who are just starting out with Reiki training and they're like, I don't know if I can work on other people yet. I'm not really that good. I'm not a master. It's like, you'll attract whoever can receive healing from you. You receive a healing while you're giving a healing. So whatever is moving through you is, perfect for whoever comes to you. So if someone out there, if you're like, I don't feel anything, well, don't think you're not getting something, because there are a lot of times when the healing energy it accesses you when your resistance is down, and that might be later on. It might be when you're completely at rest, or not driving, if you're driving. But don't judge how you receive it, or if you don't feel anything. But yes, I love what you said about making choices for your health that are high vibrational in nature. Drinking fresh, pure water, staying away from additives. And, I feel like there's a shock, right? That's the shock, because imagine how many people are like, yeah, I'm trying to, but have you seen the price of like the organic, lettuce, and then it also might have listeria. It's like there's all kinds of things that are kind of wanting to get in the way of our efforts, or put a spunner in our works. Someone once said that to me, and I thought it was so cute. A spunner in your works. So,
But it could be something simple, like, are you eating fruit?
yeah,
Are you eating certain like vitamins, or like certain kind of like fiber that you think is healthy for the body, but you're not taking it because you're just eating whatever's in front of you? Just have a bit, like, are you even putting lotion on your skin?
yes,
How are you treating that, like these aspects about yourself? So it doesn't have to be something where you have to go organic or be like vegetarian or something like that. Do what feels good to you, what makes you feel like you're taking care of you. And I think that's at least something you feel like you're giving to yourself, and it's very comforting and calming.
yeah. And it's what you are meant to authentically, what actually is authentic to you, not like you need to be upping your vitamin D, because why? Because everybody's doing it. And it is good to have high vitamin D levels if you're afraid of, you know, um, the unmentionable. But it's also important to say, like, okay, maybe I actually just need some sunshine. So I'm going to book a trip somewhere where I can get some sunshine. if that's within your means. Or like you were saying, if it feels like nurturing and taking care of yourself, to spend a little extra time with, massaging your body with some lovely cream, or drinking water, or, just petting your pet for longer. Or yeah. I mean, I'm a big gardener. So for me, it's like self-care is, tending to my garden, because I go into the grocery store and I don't like the feeling. It's not even the prices. It's not the mask. It's the feeling. It's everybody else's collective energy and anxiety that I'm like, I can't change this. I don't have time to like put a shield up before I go into the store and bless everybody in Trader Joe's. And I can't really rationalize, like, I don't want to. The path of least resistance for me is to do what I enjoy, which is tend to my garden, right? So that balances out my energy, so I don't have this need for everything to feel good when I go to the grocery store. It's like I'm not so dependent on it. So I would say also think about what you can do that isn't dependent on others, not dependent on money if you're having a money issue. I remember wanting a massage, and at the place I wanted to go, like I was just like, I just can't justify spending that much money. Um, but little did I know that like a really nice long bath with candles and Epsom salts and my favorite, you know, like face mask. And even if you don't have one, like look up a homemade thing, like just that time with yourself and the ritual of doing something for yourself, right? Is it's a wonderful message to send to yourself. I'm doing this for myself. And that's we have a lot of I think it's Saturn conjuncting Aquarius. So there is still a doing energy. You still are meant to perform tasks right now, rituals right now. I'm feeling the energy lighten up, but now I'm getting into the mental body. There's like a little like a nervousness that what comes to mind is like my daughter at Disneyland last week, like getting on a ride, asking a billion questions about what it's going to be like. And I'm like, you just have to experience it, like I tried to answer her questions. And eventually I'm like, you're just nervous and that's okay. But that's part of the experience of getting on a ride.
Just getting minutia, like people not being able to stop thinking.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm having trouble not like looking at news that's just not my news anyway. I look at it just to talk back to it about how it's not my news. uh-uh. That's not, that's a bunch of bullshit. That's a bunch of bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, but I'm like, why am I engaging with this? Or on Facebook, I'll like get a long thing ready. And then something will happen to interrupt me. And that thing that interrupts me helps me to understand that like, this was going to enmesh you even more. And you don't want that. You don't need that. And that is not empowering for you. We still have
I've been dealing, sorry, go ahead.
I
I've
was
been
just
dealing with like the stories of like dramatic people. And then I would find myself like after the conversation is over, and keep in mind, like during the conversation, I probably haven't said much. But after the conversation, I'd be like, but why is this person thinking this way? Or they're thinking very, I'm noticing like Virgo, like it's either very, very black or very, very light. And then I'd find myself like thinking about that situation. I'm like, what is it to me? Like, why do I like, it's not you, like it's, if it's a friend, I do care, but it's like it's not my place to help kind of analyze things in my head for someone else. And it's like, she's not there to hear it anyway. So I'm like, can we stop thinking about this at all? It's none of my business.
Right.
So that's been just it's really tangenty in my head. It's like, okay, I care about all these people, and you're surrounded by people who are going through a lot of dramatic things, and you're trying to kind of untangle your brain thoughts from theirs, basically.
Yeah, I hear that. Yeah, this is the time to like get some distance from others. Um, that's all I'm going to say about that.
Yeah.
Not out of any sort of lack of compassion, but this is why the Aquarius energy, right? They're like, what would an aqua do? Like
Not
they would
respond.
not respond. Right? They ass
Respond.
is just or they disappear
They would not
you,
respond. They would ghost you.
or they'd be like, "What's that static? I can't. Hello. Hang up." I mean,
Aw.
not even, or shock you by saying, "I don't want to talk about this right now." You're like, "Wow." But it's only because the energy is better spent right now connecting in a way that is like a little bit more, you know, for humanities for humanity and distant and for the individual. It's like not necessarily the Venus vibration of, ooh, I just remembered a dream that I had last night about twos and my son. Two. He was born on the 22nd of, and in 2021, not 2022, but I just two. And we are in 2022. This is true. And we are coming pretty soon. We are going to have 2022. Wow. It's pretty cool. It's cool to my beautiful mind.
Maybe it's telling you something about that date.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. I don't like to I don't like to get ahead of myself too much with that stuff because if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But it's like the I feel sometimes when it comes to the numbers that something is happening for you on a level that might not be conscious, but it's happening. And there's like the digits can reach you to let you know,
Mm.
like they're markers or like this has happened or this is happening, but it's not always something that's going to be very obvious.
Yeah. Are you feeling the energy ease up like way,
A lot. Well,
way? Like, I could finally breathe.
yes, I couldn't breathe at first, right? And my bird just started flying around. But do you want out? I'm sorry. Do you want me to let you? Okay. Bird's like, can I fly today? You think maybe I could fly? Sure. I have a bird, you guys, that has like a club foot. What I found it was a sparrow that fell and it can't really survive out in the wild. So we keep her. We keep her pretty happy. She's pretty happy. Let's bring in some energies to clear blockages for whatever you listening or you, Aysha, or me, whatever we really want, like cleared in our lives. Because I am feeling the energy says, yeah, okay, but that's what I'm getting. Yeah, I can breathe, but like, who really cares? If I can't have you, it's sort of like yeah, fine, I'll breathe. But we want to unrestrict access to whatever it is. You fill in the blank, hold it in your mind's eye, and I'm going to call in Ganesha. He's my Kool-Aid man. Remover of obstacles. I feel like he removes obstacles and protects, but also aligns me or aligns everyone who needs it with their joy. And it's okay, like it's Ganesh is the elephant, right? It's okay to take up space. And so many of us like limit our desires because to imagine having more than what everyone in our environment has, or limit our experience to what is expected. Let's go big. Ganesha invites us to go big. So as long as it doesn't hurt anybody, why can't you have and receive that promotion, that vacation, that, if you're, let's say you need a new car, but there's supply chain issues and, chip shortages, Ganesha will find a way, as long as you are also connecting it to it in a way that is grounding, so that it is not working at cross purposes with your background reality or something in your subconscious. So if you have some subconscious block or an energy cord that keeps lowering your vibration, then Ganesha is going to work there to remove that first and foremost. Ganesha came to me when I was getting the Holy Fire placement. I was not expecting Ganesha, but it was incredibly like powerful, and now he's very much a part of how I connect to my abundance, and how I work out the details of how to receive something, because sometimes when I focus on what I want and I feel that energy blocking my excitement of it coming, it's easy to say, oh, well, I'm just not meant to have it, or it's not necessarily, I'm not aligned for some reason. But when you bring in Ganesha's energy, it's like, I'm not going to figure it out. Ganesha, please figure it out and work it out. I'm seeing green and gold pulsating. And see the gold light fill in any gaps in your aura where you've trained yourself not to expect, not to desire, not to want. And some of us out there are like, I don't know what I want. I just don't know. Well, that's okay. Well, then just the energy of what worth, the energy of having and security and deservability, and your, I like to say it's like royalty, right? That's a really wonderful energy to connect to. I'm destined for greatness. I'm destined for ease. I'm destined for prosperity. I can have confidence in the outworkings of my affairs. And just having that general feeling is fantastic. And the energy of the holy fire combined with that will help us to bring in what authentically brings us joy. Because sometimes we think, oh, if just this thing happened for me, that would be great. But then that happens and you're just, because it was your, possibly your culturally created self, right? That's what we learn about in Holy Fire versus your authentic self. Your culturally created self thinks that if you just made this much more money, or you just had this house, or you just had this car, that you would just feel like everything was going okay. But okay is really not enough, right? We have to be ecstatic. And we're not going to find that ecstatic, that exuberance and that joy from having our desires like be informed by our culture. We have to be authentic to our soul. And that is a gift of Aquarius, as much as we're like kind of mad at Aquarius right now. They do them. And that is a lesson they have to share with us. I'm feeling the pulsation. Thank you, Ganesha. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now I'd like everyone to imagine a path before them. It's like a walkway, pathway, and it's shooting out from your heart space. And I'd like you to see it golden, like a yellow brick road, right? Don't let it evoke like confusion and witches and lions and tigers and bears, but more like a golden pathway. And I feel it like between your heart chakra and your solar plexus. It's winding and it's gentle and it's inviting and it's exciting and it's beautiful and it feels like something you can trust. And I'd like you to decorate it, whatever trees you love. If it's palm trees, if it's oak, if it's willow trees, whatever feels good to you. Add all the plant life you like, flowers. Maybe there's grass. Maybe it's just a meadow. Maybe there are no trees. Maybe that's too much business. Maybe you just want something so, so serene. And I'd like everyone to imagine now that they're walking along this path. And you feel your feet connecting to the earth, and you feel sure, and you feel like this is an invitation that you are accepting. Take breaths and breathe in the energy around you on this path. breathe in the light that's emanating from the golden road ahead. And let those light particles disseminate through your being. Breathe in through your crown chakra now. And as you breathe in through your crown chakra, in your mind's eye, gaze up at the sky. And if you have trees, see the sky through the trees. And the sun shining, see the blue sky. No clouds. Or maybe a few if you like. Breathe in that clarity. Keep walking. And as you walk down this path, I want you to imagine that the thing that you would like to have is at the end of it. You don't see it yet. You don't see it yet, but you know it's at the end. And you know that so far, that getting there is going to be easy. Now, this is just really off the cuff, so don't think that like I'm getting this meditation from somewhere. It's just coming to me right now. I'm getting like to find a mode of transportation. Like we've been walking and walking's great, but now let's, for fun, what would be fun to ride?
A boat.
A boat, okay. So that means your road might have to turn into water. Let's keep it gold though, and keep it shooting from your heart, and see the road turn to liquid. And maybe it can be whatever color you want, but just know that there's gold flakes in the water. And if you have a boat, go ahead and visually create your boat and see yourself heading down in the direction of your goal. Maybe someone wants a car, maybe a bike, maybe a scooter, maybe you're riding a snail. Whatever you want to ride. And if you start with one mode of transportation and then you want to change it, by all means. If you want to change anything about this path as you do it, it's meant to be joyful. You're meant to enjoy the journey. And if at any point you say, well, I mean, I just don't know that I really believe that I can get there. I feel the love, but the knowing, that sacral, that root chakra, like the will to make it happen, doesn't feel as involved. I was going to ask for some extra from Ganesh. The will, the grounding. The grounding is so important. Like it's your birthright to learn to walk, right? A kid doesn't, when they're getting up, when they're learning to walk, a child doesn't say, you know what, I'm fallen so much. You know what? It's just screw it. I'm just not going to learn. It's just crawling for me. No, they're like, no, I'm going to learn to walk. Like they just know it. It's just their instinct. And we want you to be aligned with the outcome of your affairs, as long as it is aligned with your highest good and the good of those around you. But remember, what's best for you is what's best for others. So don't get caught up in others. But we need this desire to be grounded. We need it to be something that is broadcast down through the bottoms of your feet into your earth star chakra and all the way up into your soul star chakra above your head. For those of you that are new to Reiki or new to me, burping for me is a good thing. That's clearing. So, whatever we need from Ganesha, from the energy of the holy fire to clear, balance, and enliven, activate the soul star and the root star. In concert with our goal. Let that happen now. Got a funny tickle. Okay, and I am feeling like I want to use some full spectrum Reiki. Full spectrum Reiki, if you're not familiar, is some people call it rainbow Reiki. It encompasses every spectrum of light, every ray. So think of a rainbow. Because Reiki, that's like Usui Reiki, it's green ray energy, and holy fire to me. Holy fire to me changes color all the time. It's like Technicolor Reiki. It can be violet and blue, but also I'll see gold and white, and it kind of just becomes everything. But full spectrum Reiki is like very distinct in that if you're like a yellow ray person, a green ray person, a red ray, well, that means that you have a predominant sense of connection to expressing through that ray. So if you're a red ray person, then like you're interested in and you have an affinity for and a gift for things that are maybe political, and you leadership, you're a boss and you're a go-getter, and think of like an Aries, not that she's an Aries, not that every Aries is going to be a red ray person, but so the full spectrum Reiki is wonderful in that if there's any energies that you might be kind of lacking that will help you in the, facilitating of attracting your goal in mind, the Full spectrum Reiki will help you fill in the blanks and give you the energies needed. So I'm putting this in just the aura of everyone. It's just full spectrum Reiki activate. And I'm seeing, it almost looks like watercolor, but this rainbow is circling the auric field and disseminating where it needs to, when it needs to for each individual, bolstering them and giving them whatever they need. Ooh, I just came up on another wave of anxiety here. And it might not be for you to learn. It can be attracting help from someone else, attracting resources that you need to get the thing done or to make the connection. Sorry, Aysha, are you very tired? What time? Aysha is in the United Arab Emirates right now. So it's like midnight for you or something.
No, it's not because I'm tired. It's because I'm releasing. So I usually release by
By yawning? I thought you usually cough.
yeah. I cough, and if it's something that is like, I think like mental body or emotional body, it's like a lot of yawning.
Oh, interesting. Somebody out there farts. I'd like to
Yeah.
know.
I notice when I do for other people, if it's a lot of like etheric physical, I start coughing. If it's more of a deeper like emotional, I would start getting, and it's like really strong, I start getting like really woozy, and I would just start yawning because it's just at a deep breath, I guess. I hope so though.
It's probably like your mind is getting you out of the way. It's like, go to sleep, Aysha.
Yeah.
Tracking, yes.
Which is good. Which is good. I like to think that my will is not involved.
So normally I would like do this thing where, maybe not normally, but I'm not going to complete this healing and then you see the man of your dreams, and then there's the treasure chest and you have the key. It's like I don't want to write your story for you and how you get the thing, because the important thing right now is that we clear the path to getting it, feel the excitement, feel the confidence, feel like our journey is tailor made for us, and that it's right, and that it's okay, and that it is, and that we are accepting an invitation, and that we are heading there. We don't always want to be heading there. But we don't want to always be like, I'm gonna get, or one day I'm gonna. But I feel like if I were to do too much affirmation right now, like you have the money, or you are on the beach on the vacation of your dreams, or there could be some resistance that could come up, right? So I don't want to go too far ahead of us. I just want to do the clearing of the obstacle, connecting to the energy that will connect us to resources, and grounding this authentic desire. And of course, what we did in the beginning was clear the connections to that minutia, to that creepy alien life form that's existing in the the second heaven, or in the astral, that kind of keeps interfering because there's an agenda to derail us. We're not about that lifestyle. It has nothing to do with us anymore. So I'm going to activate the integration field so that any work that we've done gets integrated into our field in a way that is harmonious, graceful, with ease. Activate integration field, activate integration field, activate integration field. Calling in some protection. Archangel Michael, please give us the full body armor of the violet flame. Give us the Omega Balance shield. Give us the triple white light of Christ. Give us the invisible blue cloak of protection. Archangel Michael, please give us the full body armor of the violet flame. Give us the Omega Balance shield. Give us the triple white light of Christ, and give us the invisible blue cloak of protection. Archangel Michael, please give us the full body armor of the violet flame. Give us the Omega Balance shield. Give us the triple white light of Christ. Give us the invisible blue cloak of protection. Turn your energy to you. I'll return my energy to me. God bless you. God bless me. I return your energy to you. Return my energy to me. God bless you. God bless me. I return your energy to you. Return my energy to me. God bless you. God bless me. Thank you, any energies that have assisted us. Thank you, any ascended masters helping the ones of the light. Ascended Master Jesus. I just heard Saint Germain. Saint Germain, thanks. Everyone, Metatron, Ganesha, Lakshmi. Woo, woo. I had Lakshmi going on in my head, but I didn't even say it. It's just like, just me, girl. Michael, Raphael, Ariel, and the higher self of everyone involved. Everyone, thank yourselves. Thank yourselves for giving yourself this nurturing session. I'm going to go and get a deck of cards and just like pull a couple for funsies. I'm going to take a sip of water. I suggest you do the same. Please, everyone, drink a lot of water. That is not pure water. I put collagen in it. Looks like it's good, but it's, I should have just gotten pure water next time. Okay, so we did a lot of wonderful work. Let's take a look and see what Spirit has to say about messages for us. Any messages for us? Oh, I like it. So the swords are falling out, the 10 of swords reversed, our first card. And that for me is like, you know, the disappointment, that feeling of just things just didn't go my way, or they're just not going my way. It's like the illusion was at its height when we began, and now the swords of illusion are falling out. And we're inviting in some wonderful messages. Expect to hear some good news. I feel like it's, for some people, this is like, you know, meeting someone special, a lover. But I feel like it can also just be words of encouragement, like um, messages from spirit that are tailor made for you, that you are meant to meant to hear. And it feels like a balm to the soul. So there is still some, energies that are stuck in the past. A lot of energies from the past are coming up to be cleared, things that are in your subconscious. For me, this feels like some ancestral things for a lot of people, as well as memories from their childhood, or things, we simpler times. Like, we all remember when back in the day when things were cool. It was only a few years ago. And there's a sense of maybe being a little bit, disturbed about how far away that seems, or how um, confusing things are now in comparison. But I would say there are messages of, now, what about it did you love so much? It probably wasn't like that there wasn't COVID, that that a bell pepper was reasonably priced. It was probably a little bit more about like this moment with a friend, like this innocence you felt, this, simple joys. Those are not gone. Those are accessible. Those are still there. We might need to have a refresher as to how to be responsible for creating them for ourselves, because they might not be as easy to come by, but they're not gone. We also have of course we do, the devil reversed. The devil reversed. I don't even need to explain. I mean, I don't even need to explain it. we're not even gonna explain you, devil. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles upright, and I love that for what we're moving into, because we're grounding, and we're getting the resources, and we're only doing that which makes us feel secure. I mean, she does not get off her throne unless there is a damn good reason, right? So don't do what doesn't make you feel secure, but also know that you're you also you have a lot of what you need. There isn't a sense of neediness. She's already got everything that she needs, and the more you can see that, the more you'll have what you need, right? Like I said in the beginning of our little session, our podcast, I said something like, if you don't have it, you don't need it. So put your attention towards what you already have and grow that feeling. Now, for a lot of you, what we did is going to unearth some anxieties. We do have some sleepless nights coming. Like, we need any more of those, right? Like, sorry. But what I feel like is that whatever is not in vibration to what you have asked for is going to need to come out. There's a little bit of detox, right? There's a little bit of like things coming from your subconscious, because we have the moon and the Six of Cups. Whatever is needing to come up for clearing is coming up for clearing. But I think for a lot of you out there, there's a sense of like, I guess I've been depressed. Like, I didn't really realize it, but there are some great things going on. I do have these wonderful people, or some resources, or love, or things that I enjoy, but I'm not doing it, or I'm not feeling it. I'm getting the hugs, but then I'm not receiving the hugs. Like, I'm sort of numbing myself, or I have been numb. If you've been doing anything to numb yourself, what we just did will give you, like, might turn you into a bit of a raw nerve. So you might swing the other way on the pendulum before you find your center. In the hopes and fears category, we have the page of swords, and that's just like thinking you have to fight to get what you want, thinking that things are against you, aware of the resistance that you encounter, having to actively, you know, rebel or have words with this person to kind of put them in their place, or that you really have to act like a defiant teenager, like, in order to ground yourself or to kind of get what you want. You don't, you know um and you don't really have to worry about others doing this and resisting or turning you down, turning you away, or telling you you're wrong. But these dramas might play out in your mind, right? Like, we all can do this sometimes, where you just imagine like an argument that's happening, and like there isn't even, like, you haven't even talked to that person in years, but you just think about them, and then suddenly you're just like imagining how you won't be received in a way that is like what you intended. They're going to get you all wrong, and or this could be um, just insecurities coming up. But our outcome card, Four of Swords. I like this, especially when this is the card that crosses us, because this card to me is like your rest, sleep, rest, my child. You are going to receive the answers to your prayers. You're going to receive the answers to your prayers. And this person's not doing anything, right? But their mind, their mental body needs some serious healing. They need to rest their mind. They need to physically heal. You might need physical healing, and if that's what you've needed during the session, like, that's coming. You need to allow that. You need to allow yourself to receive the physical healing. You need to allow yourself to receive the mental rest. After you have asked for what you wanted, then you need to stop asking in order to get it. But that's really good news. That means that these worries will subside. When it comes to your obstacles getting cleared, that's getting taken care of as well. And it's going to feel like knowing what to do. And excuse me, I dropped something. It's going to feel like knowing what to do and being excited about it, and getting the help and the encouragement, having the energy to do what you need to do. It's not like the Kool-Aid man busts through the door and does it for you. It's you leading, but it is you're infused with Kool-Aid. You're infused with a divine energy of Ganesha. I keep dropping cards, sorry, but when they drop, they're like really wanting me to listen. Ooh, somebody's getting money. That's great. Yeah. Aysha, do you want me to ask what you get?
What am I getting?
A new car. No. Let's see. What does Aysha get? What I won. What I won. Ooh. Wow. I'm just pulling both of these. Woo! Girl. First this one came.
Amazing.
And then this one. And then this one. That's pretty righteous. I like that for you. I like that for you. And if your name starts with an A, I'm just kidding. We're not doing that. I don't do that shit. Well, that's it. I hope this has been amazing for you. It's been wonderful for me. Anybody tuning in, thank you so much. I really appreciate you allowing us to facilitate your healing. I love you, Aysha. Thank you.
I love you too. Thank you so much for this. Thank you.
welcome and thank you. All right. Well, please join us next time. Not sure what we're going to do, but I'm excited for it.
Yeah. I think we're kicking up butt from the beginning. So this is awesome.
Oh, yeah, I think so. All right. Okay. That's it for our first podcast. High five.
Oh my God.